Tonight's show is called The Prof Friday Night Fights, Round 2. And this will be round 2, and I'll tell you momentarily. Let me pull these up. I'll tell you what we're getting into. Okay, so let me see. I need to do 2 more. I need to do... Okay. Well, I guess we'll start with that. As luck would have it, I don't know how to use my technology, so it just it went ahead and it jumped off into this. So I might as well just go with this. That way, I don't know. I'm not giving it away early. So as you see, this is Christina. Christina came into the channel and made a comment I thought was interesting. And I didn't intend to start with this. I intended it for near the end. But since it popped up, we'll do it this way. Okay? We'll do it this way. So I'll just start with this since the computer told me to do it. This says, I've had some time to mull this over and really consider this from many different perspectives. Ultimately, what I've concluded is we have all chosen to come together as a community and speak up for Rick Allen on our own, not at the behest of Kathy. They don't have to pick anybody because they supported her or Rick. They don't owe anybody an explanation for their decisions because we publicly supported them and donated money for Rick. Neither Kathy nor Rick have ever reached out to the public and asked for our help. Fact. I have no doubt that they are grateful for this community's support, but that doesn't mean they're obligated to do anything but focus on saving Rick. The last thing any of us should want is to put more stress and demands onto them. They should be able to have some peace of mind, and if they ever feel that from any one place, it should be from us all. In other words, peace of mind. It's wrong to attach a proverbial price tag after the fact and demand that they owe us answers. That's not how this works. Kathy isn't online or in the streets asking for anything from us. Rick isn't either. We have wanted to help because what's happening to Rick is wrong. Nothing has changed. Kathy and Rick are keeping their mouths shut. And sorry, let me pull the other one up, the part 2. And battling this shit the best they can. We never had any say in this, and we don't now. So I don't know why people feel frustrated. However, if anyone disagrees with anything at any point, they can just move on. Why feel so personally offended when we weren't a part of this anyway? We are still all supporters, same as we've always been. If Michael or Kara are the saints that the community feels they are, then why is there this ticking clock to this generous offer? In my opinion, the community should be really asking what are their motives if there's some sort of expiration date on this offer and time constraints. Why isn't the good deed available to the Allens after they've had plenty of time to weigh their options? Why is the pro bono offer right here and right now, or it's lost forever? What's the rush? The community should all wonder, why is the offer lost forever if it wasn't accepted right away? The offer is so great and once in a lifetime thing that Kathy will never have the opportunity again, then why can't it be an open offer, open ended? Why would they want to put undue stress on Kathy and Rick? And I want to thank you, Christina. I thought that was a beautiful reflection, or I forget the word. The words losing me because my boy's in there singing in the next room. It's distracting, but it was a beautiful way, Christina, to express what I had not yet expressed with words, but I had thought and felt. Is basically why. Okay, and there's more. There's more. And honestly, I kind of improvise these things, even though I plan them out in advance. Uh, this technology makes everything so difficult to manage all of this. You guys know that I literally show you hundreds and thousands of receipts and all this, and it's really hard to manage it all and make sure it all comes up in the right order, etc. It's a little difficult, but so I'm going to kind of be winging it, I guess, in that I'm going to maybe take some things that I had planned for the end since I accidentally showed Christina's chat. I'm going to take some things that I had in close proximity to that commentary from Christina, and I'm going to pull them forward, I guess, and then maybe we'll get back on track. So, this is what I call an inconvenient truth. I copied this verbatim from a text message I received. I could go and tell you the date, but it doesn't really matter. I think you all will read it for yourselves and understand what this means. I actually kind of want to tell you the date now that I think about it. Let me see. I'll tell you the date. Because people will be hating on these comments. This was April 12th. This was April 12th. It was indeed April 12th that I received this message in the morning. Now, I want you to keep that in mind. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind. April 12th. Keep that date in mind. Now, listen, I'm not here to beat up on anyone. I'm really not. I'm here to continue to tell you the truth about everyone. Because, people like to frame it as if telling the truth about their irresponsible deeds or bad actions, they try to frame that as attacks. And look, like I said, I understand at times. I say and do things in a rather abrasive fashion. And this is why I'm saying tonight, I'm not going to go that route with you. Okay? Let me say it this way. I'm sorry that many of you have been hurt and offended by the abrasive way that I've said things and some of the things I've done that have been abrasive. Because you need to understand that there are times that I do things for effect to shake you all up. And you got to understand with the noise in this world, you have to understand that in the back of my mind, I think, how do I raise a noise, shake people up, get people's attention on this particular issue? And unfortunately, when I decided to address this, I thought that I had to use mean words to get my point across because there were so many things that were verboten in this community. But you got to understand that it's things like this that led to that. Because remember, this was April 12th. Okay. Now, I want to take you back. I'm going to take you back a bit because I did a show that was struck down, the one I'm apologizing for. And I left it. I didn't appeal it because I had already saved a copy. And I felt the message was received. Okay. But I want you to, I'm going to now play for us an excerpt from that show. And I think that's a good way to start us off because there's some things we need to talk about. And this show was from March 17th, I believe. A month and a week ago, more or less. But let's take a look at it, or let's take a listen to it, because I need you to hear where I was then and where we are now. Okay, we're going to compare the two. I know this is going to be difficult. This is going to be one of the most difficult talks, probably one of the most important live streams I've done. This is going to change the course of Delphi forever. I'm confident in it because they're very important things that we have to talk about that have gone unsaid for a long time. Okay. And unfortunately, that's where we are. And my instructions to the mods are, please, if people come in to argue, time them out for 24 hours. Okay, please. That's the approach we're going to take to anyone trying to distract in the chat and argue. So tonight we're going to talk about the BG video controversy. And I'm going to be telling you the entire of my thoughts. I'm going to be telling you about things that have gone on behind the scenes that you don't know about. I'm going to be saying things that people don't want me to say it because I'm tired of biting my tongue. I'm sure the hate watchers, the spies, the moles, and the handlers are already in full effect. Some of you are already in the chat, I'm sure. And that is what it is. But you guys want to know, and so I'll let you know, okay? Now, I think it should be clear to everyone from the jump that we have a problem with this BG video, correct? Now, I've already done a part one of looking at it and commenting on some of the red flags. So there's so many levels to this, it's hard to even know where to begin. And this is something that it's sort of like there's no right place to begin, and all I can do is pull on strings or pull on threads and see what unravels. So it's almost as if there's no right place to begin. And I intended to put together a presentation to show you things, but I gave up on that. I figured that it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. So who knows? Now, there's been a lot that's gone on, okay? And I guess where I'll start is that there's been a shitstorm since this video has been released. And unfortunately, I think that the people who released it didn't anticipate the shitstorm that started. They were looking for another type of shitstorm, okay? And so what has happened is this shitstorm, or this shit, has rebounded and hit them in the eye, okay? So there's a whole thing that this is exposing that's been known about and has not been spoken about and has been tolerated and been suspected for a while, okay? Now, where to start? I think it's clear is that this video is tampered with. There's something wrong with it, okay? There's something wrong with the video. That's where we're starting, okay? Now, I've already expressed my own opinion that there is a whispering. There is a whispering on the video, which tells you there's someone else there. Okay, it's a girl. There's a girl's voice. Now, it could be a 20-something-year-old, or it could be a teenager, but there's a girl's voice whispering. Okay, that's something that's wrong with the audio. There's also plenty of wrong with the visuals. And I've commented to some of my friends that the problem appears to be AI enhancement, okay? It looks AI enhanced. Now, you see, this is causing a huge stir. It's a huge stir in the community. That's a nice word. That was a nice word I chose. Now, what is the community, Prof? Well, I don't know. Let me ask you that. What is the community? Is the community those of us who actually care about the truth about what happened on February 13th and 14th, 2017? Or is the community those of us who want attention on the internet and want to try to advocate for freeing Richard Allen solely, and the shaming and exposing the Carroll County law enforcement solely? Because ultimately, the thing that I shone light on was I asked the question, is this video the original video from the victim's phone? Or is this video the enhanced video. Okay? Is this video the original video from the victim's phone, or is this the enhanced video? Which is a valid question. Sometimes I yell, sorry. Which begs the question. Why are there people, presumably the same people who released this video, so upset about us questioning whether this is the original video or not? And that's what we're here to discuss tonight. Because you see, this case is so much more complicated than any of you have ever suspected in your lives. And it's complicated because when you come into the internet, you make friends. You find a pre-existing social structure that you try to fit in and find your place in. And when you come into the Delphi murders, you find that there's already an entire social structure. People with canned opinions. You know where to go to find these sorts and that sorts and this sort and this sort. Okay, so you never expect to find the backstabbers where you find them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to stab you in the back, right? Someone tell me. Where are the wolves in sheep's clothing? Where are the backstabbers? Surely if you could see them coming on head on, you would avoid them. If the snakes were not in the grass, you'd see the snake. It wouldn't bite you. So I find it interesting after watching people for quite some time. Find their actions and reactions, responses, behavior, interesting. Because you see, I know I'm here and I know what I need and what I don't. And I don't care if I lose 1,000 of you tonight. I don't care. 1,000 subs? Fuck them. I got 4 other 1,000. I'm not here for subs. I started off with what, 20? I'll go back to 20. So see, there comes a time when you have to express unpopular opinions and tell the truth. And you see, there's an elephant in the room in this community. And hello, you've got to recognize the elephant in the room. Now, see, I've never lied to you. I haven't pulled shenanigans behind the scenes. I haven't lied to those who've trusted me. After all, why would I have to lie in the double murders of 2 little girls that I had nothing to do with? All I have is the truth on my side. That's what I'm in it for. So the stupid games, the fuckery, the virtue signaling, the backstabbing, I don't have to do it. Never did. And you see, oh, Prof, you've been fighting the troll farm for so long. Yeah. Oddly enough, the easily recognizable enemy was the one you want to fight, right? That's the first one you have to dispense with. You know, the ones threatening to kill you on a regular basis, threatening your children, putting your house and your name and your address on the internet, and all the fucking stalking and harassment, the real life stalking, the calling your employer, the calling your police, the calling your CPS, all the shit they do. The ones who obviously work for law enforcement. The ones who obviously protect the family at all cost. The ones who obviously are fucking around. That's the ones you want to deal with first. So what? What do we spend 2 years dealing with them? But see, it goes a level deeper. Now, many of you may or may not know that I've befriended Christine and Erica, 2 of the former defense investigators. I mean, why not? They're nice ladies. They've been honest the entire time. They've not violated their relationships with anyone they're working with. But they've also not violated their relationships with me. So I see them coming under attack from Indiana State Police. And then from supposed defense advocates. And I wonder, why the fuck are they attacking Christine and Erica? Why are you trying to discredit me and Christine and Erica? Interesting. But we keep moving forward. But I bring them up because I thought I could get the ball rolling with this, which is, see if I can, no, that doesn't help, does it? Doesn't matter where I am. Anyhow, I thought to get the ball rolling, I can bring up something that Erica recently said, which has an element of truth to it and which may get us on the right path. She says Thursday night, Vinnie Politan and crew covered the leaked video. It wasn't in our hard drive, so it wasn't us. Take note. Take note. First time since the gag order was lifted, I declined to participate. And it's time I explain why. I was threatened not to appear. As a result, I chose to do my due diligence before making any further public comments and find out why this person made that threat, so I can continue speaking the truth, no matter who gets upset. Now, that threat has been deemed worthless, and we know the person who made it is desperately trying to control the narrative. And here's where it gets rich. I won't be declining anymore. If I had been allowed to appear, the most important piece of information I would have shared is that this video is one of two versions. And that's the reason for the confusion on the interwebs. One of two. There is the original and the enhanced stabilized version. One version, the original, shows BG further away. This video shows him closer. A police officer testified that he used software to fill in the gaps, thus creating the altered version. If I had been allowed to appear, I would have also made the point that this is the exact reason why PIs are trained not to alter videos in any way. It creates confusion and can be misleading to a jury. Altered evidence is subject to being thrown out by a judge. And it's no surprise that didn't happen in this case. It's a damn shame the police aren't held to the same standards as private investigators, or there wouldn't be two versions in the first place. And all of this confusion. I would have also mentioned that eerie breath in the first few seconds that has now been caught by expert ears. That means by Julie Melvin and the prof and others. Which explains some things we already suspected. Yes, that there was someone else behind the camera. Oh, yeah. Christine and I have been put in an impossible position for the last 2 years. It's called a non-disclosure agreement. It's called a non-disclosure agreement. And apparently, we have a right and a responsibility to speak up about what we know. The truth will come out no matter who it affects. If someone is upset about the truth, they should have listened better when given vital information they chose to ignore. Threaten me again, that'll be fun. Now, oh, what is that all about, Prof? Well, Eric is not lying to you. That's what it's about. So, now we get into the dark waters. Who posted the video? And why are they so determined to convince you all that it's the original video? I want you all to remember this is mid-March, a month and a week ago, 5 weeks ago. Video, untampered, unstabilized, unenhanced. Luke, Sleuthy Goosey, Angela, and Michael Osbrook. Now, see, I don't like games. Possibly. I don't like when you act like I'm stupid. And I don't like when you try to control me. And you see, you motherfuckers have played some stupid games. And so this is one of your stupid prizes. I know this is going to be difficult. This is going to be one of the most difficult talks, probably one of the most important live streams I've done. This is going, and that's enough. I went on, as you may remember, to say some mean things to these people. Now, my point to you that I'm trying to convey to you tonight on April 25th is that less than a week after the release of this video, I told you the truth about who was behind it. I don't know how many of you missed that, because I want you to think back into who else told you the truth about who released the video. Think about it. Who else on the entire fucking internet told you who released the video, who were behind it? I was the only one. And I took a lot of hits for it. Actually, I think I want to take a little ride down memory lane. Let's see. If I can handle this. Where is it? All right, let's go back a bit. You know, we're talking about a month ago. Let's go back a bit. All right, we're going to go to this one, Prof. True Crime. Let's back that one up. All right. Oh, look at there a month ago. The elephant in the room in the Delphi case is controlled opposition. Facts matter. Fuck around, find out. Nice try, kids. TikTok, y'all gonna learn today. No more Mr. Nice Guy, bitches. Frazzle drip, figure it out. Awkwardness, avoidance, reluctance, denial, ignorance, diversion, silence, advocacy. I shared a life. Facts are facts. All right. Someone want to explain this to me? I knew it was a trap. Get the F out of here. Copyright claim by Gray Television Group, also known as Gray Media. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Highly recommend Adrian's slideshow presentation. I'm wondering if you've been wondering what Voorhees has been saying, this will help enlighten you. Get it? With receipts. Oh, look at here. I love to be proven right. What are the odds that an advertising firm contracted by the Lafayette Police Department would be claiming copyright to the Bridge Guy video? And I display to you some things. I see the Delphi cat ladies have been making the rounds again because I told the truth. Oh, wow. What was the truth, Prof? Oh, think about it. Let's see. The behavior displayed last night is weird. Accusing bees of using their pee power and sleeping with the defense to get info. He's only butthurt one. He's mad nobody asked for his permission to release the video. He's just like Gray Hughes. And there's a whole bunch of outrage that I would say that there's something with the cat ladies and the Lafayette PD, and then there's an R&M Productions at R&M Productions X. He's so weird. I told woman earlier, if I'm gonna be bullied or degraded, I'm paying good money for it. And someone says, I'm gonna effing kill him. And that person said, I'm gonna strike the prof for saying my name. So I got this strike. And you see it. That's it right there. But there's some stuff there. This is my community page, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Um, and then we had some of this type of stuff, which I'm going to show you momentarily. All right. Odd, right? All right. Then we had this kind of stuff. Okay. Anyhow, let's be done with this just momentarily. Hold on. All right, let's see what I've missed in the chat before I move on. Okay, thank you, Adrian. Thank you. All right. Welcome in, Mr. Bill, and anyone else coming in. I'm sorry I haven't said hello, but I'm genuinely appreciative of everyone who's come into the chat. But I'm not done. Look, we haven't even gotten started. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. Yes, exactly. The source is still unknown, and we're going to be getting into that tonight. You guys are going to be understanding tonight. I'm going to deliver to you a spoonful of grape flavored medicine. Okay? You know, kids like that. Kids will take it when it's sweet, right? Um, appreciate you guys being amazing in the chat, and I just be patient with me. Okay? We're getting there. We're just getting the ball rolling. We're just getting the wheels. You know, you ever been in a clunker? Been in a clunker? I had a dream last night. I was in a clunker. You ever been in a clunker and it takes a while to get that momentum going? Absolutely no way that just happened. My stream just crashed. Apologize for that because now it's going to take me some time to get all the exhibits back up. What a world. What in the world? This is terrible. I had everything loaded into the StreamYard and now it's gone. Jeez, man. Jeez. This is the absolute worst way to try to do it. It took me 15 minutes to load all that stuff. All right. All right. Here we go. I got to start loading it. Apologize for that though. It crashed. Yeah, I still have Yeah, you guys enjoy the chat while I start to I apologize for that. I try to be totally organized. I had everything. I had 15 presentations up for you. They're all gone now. So, here we go. I got to start loading. Well, let me figure how I want to do this. God, this is killing me. What a pain in the ass. What a pain. All right, I know the first one. Okay, the first one. Sorry, so we're going to go baby speed. Maybe it's good for the viewers though. If I baby walk you, uh, I might make it even more clear. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Gosh, what a pain in the ass. I cannot believe it. Oh, what a pain. Well, you guys are going to thank you, Christina. You are beautiful. And Diana, you're beautiful. And Adrian, you're so beautiful. And Silence, you're beautiful. You girls. Shibby, yes, you're beautiful too. Don't get too upset. 4 Pits, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. All right, so where am I getting at? What am I getting at? I guess I have to go baby walk it now because now I'll have to upload each thing individually. It's a pain. Okay. What is this? This was my first slide for tonight because in other words, my whole presentation has crashed. First slide right here. Someone explain to this. What do I mean? Why would I choose to start off my presentation with the a slide called Semantic Games? I need you to think about it out there. Because trust me, if you're not up to speed with me, you will be tonight. What are semantic games? I'll tell you. I'll give you a hint. Because if you once you start to understand what we're getting into tonight, you're going to understand that these people, okay, they love to play these cagey semantic games. All right? And you're about to find out that that's what we're dealing with. Okay? Because, listen, semantic games, what does it mean? You never actually take accountability. Everything is flowery. Everything is PR. Everything is politically correct. Thank you, Claremont. Author Claremont says projection. And what they do, they project. Okay, so like I said, I am now handicapped. Thank you, Possum. There you go. There you go. They do linguistic sleight of hand, semantic games. And unfortunately, I'm now handicapped to one slide at a time because all my slides are gone. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. In other words, one of the semantic games has been concern trolling, which is exactly what they do. Getting back to projection, concern trolling. But they love to point at you and say, concern trolling. Okay, so I'm going to teach you tonight. Now, listen, I apologize that I've lost all my slides. It's okay, we'll make it through anyway. There's more than just slides. Okay, so let me think how I want to start. Let's see. I'll start with this. I have to upload everything, so just a moment. Let's see. We're going to start tonight with religion. Okay? We need to talk. We need to talk. This is a community. Listen, kids. Listen, kids. Come on in. Come on in. Everybody sit down. Everybody have a seat. First thing we're going to talk tonight about is religion. Because here's the thing I've been saying. Like I tried to bring you. Look like you lost me again. Okay, you're back. So what I said was we're taking us back a month and a half to the leaking of this video. Because honestly, what's your point, Prof? You're fucking circuitous. Okay, I'll get to the point. The point is this. Luke, Sleuthy, Angela, Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook, Matt Hoffman, et al. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Does anyone know what I mean by that? I mean, have you figured it out yet? Since we're having a fight, since we're going to fight to the death, let's fight to the death. Because guess what? I'm down for 13 rounds too. See, there's so much you have to understand. You have to understand the truth of the matter. Here's the thing. I have not been here trying to beat up anyone. I have been trying to hold everyone to a higher standard, which is to say, the truth of the matter is what matters.